All right, let's go and let's do this. Got my sad music on today. I got nothing but sad news to break down today, but welcome everybody. We'll get happier as we move along. But uh, another episode, Two Plant-Based Brothers, and uh, um, one of those very foodless episodes. So if you
Yeah,
like the variety, like us talking about different things, that's what this one is. So I'm William the teacher. This is my brother.
Daniel Nowotnik, Beard on the Trail.
And yeah, let's get to it. First of all, Daniel, how you feeling? How's it going?
I'm feeling tired, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, what is that why you're wearing black today?
No, I wore this short sleeve because it's so hot. I mean, we are
Yeah.
going through yet another heat wave. Temperatures in the 90s, or the high or mid 30s Celsius for those
Mhm.
Celsius speakers out there. It's way too warm for this time of year,
Yeah.
way over the average. So I think that's what's kind of draining me a little bit.
Yeah,
But
I'm
anyway,
wearing long sleeve. Look.
hey, congrats.
Yeah.
I'm not. So first of all, checking in where we are in March, and
Mhm.
it's time for some March madness. So we're going to get mad. I'm going to get mad in a little bit. But we're coming to the end of Lent. And Daniel, how's it going?
It's going good, but I looked at the calendar yesterday to say, when is Easter? And I was like, crap, it's still a long ways away.
Yeah, it's the beginning of April. It's around Mom's birthday. So I
Yeah.
think it's the day before
Day
Mom's birthday.
before, yeah, April 5th, I think. So I'm still doing well.
Yeah.
Definitely missing my tortillas, for sure. But last week, made my own tortillas, which still works out,
Wow.
right? I can do that for part of my
Wow.
Lent. And it was a bit of a process, but not too much. And so I did a combination of flour and corn because I ran out of flour. And then I had the masa left. So I was like, okay, I'll just add some more in or add some in, and they were delicious. The kids loved it.
All right.
Made some nice tortillas, so it was fun.
Well, congratulations. I did quite a few different things that, I was doing. The main thing was being 100% plant-based,
Mhm.
but also I was touting the fact that I hadn't had any ultra processed things. But last night at a restaurant, I did have what I believe to be a Morning Star veggie burger. I
Gotcha.
had to pick something, and it was Sunday, so I pulled the Paul
The
McCaffrey
Bob
card out of my
McCaffrey.
back pocket and said, "It's okay." I said, "No aioli, no cheese, and
How was
what
it?
you can do." Hmm?
How was it?
Oh, not good, of
Yeah.
course. No disrespect to Morningstar Garden Burgers. They're just not that good. And it's
Mhm.
kind of a cop out by a restaurant to be that's the only thing you have, but so be it. Uh,
Mhm.
Beautiful view, actually. I won't mention the name of the place, but it was good.
Good.
Nothing great. Nothing
Got
great. Whatever. So yeah, let's get into it. First, let's
it.
get the bad news. Everyone knows by the time this comes out, the World Baseball Classic will have finished, and my team
Just take it off. Yeah,
gone.
forget about it.
Yeah,
Canada, done.
we didn't make it. We made it to the second round, which was great. Made
Mhm.
it out of pool play for the first time ever, but came up a little bit short against your United States team. So congrats
Thank you very much.
on that. And in case you're wondering, yeah, Team Japan got knocked out by Team Italy.
Yes.
Yeah, at the moment of
Oh
recording,
no, there was Venezuela.
Venezuela is going to play Italy
Yeah, they're
for
playing
the right
Italy,
to play the U.S. in the finals. So we'll see what
which
happens.
will have happened by this time this
Oh
comes
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. Just so you know, it's Monday, guys, and this comes out on Friday. So be it. All right, so let's switch gears and get into basketball season.
Oh man, what a transition.
Yeah, my San Diego State Aztecs always go to the dance. Usually, not this year. Great, mark that one off.
William, I was looking on my bracket last night when I was doing it. I couldn't find them. What happened?
The Mountain West Conference got one bid, a one
Dang,
bid conference.
that's a snub.
It is, but they had to win. What can you do? I
Yeah.
mean,
So I'm assuming it's just the conference winner, right?
just the conference winner, but this conference has received 4, 5, maybe even 6 bids before.
Yeah, yeah,
It's really changed a lot with the power conferences, kind of same with
yeah.
football, how they've kind of combined, and they're running everything. And the big guys on TV talking, the only people they were concerned about was Auburn, who was like 18 and 17,
Yeah.
and Oklahoma, who was like 18 and 15 or something like that. I mean,
Right.
because here's what you do, and this is how the football works out too, is you take these big conferences, you give them a really high ranking, right, for each team, so when they play each other, it's amazing, right?
Right.
And then you low rank everyone else. But I can't really say it was all that, because the WCC West Coast Conference got 3 teams in.
Mhm.
I think the MAC got 2. Miami of Ohio got in because they were undefeated up until the championship game. They lost the championship game, so they're
Dang.
like 32-1.
Dang.
Um, but in the net, they're like number 67 by those metrics. They didn't belong, but they went with a heart on that one.
Hmm.
But Mountain West, they're saying not good enough. And this is our last year in the Mountain West Conference. We move on to the new Pac-12, but it's not going to be any different.
Right.
The new Pac-12 will be
It's essentially
just
the
like the
Mountain
Mountain
West,
West.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
With
anyway,
two former teams, right? Someone like Washington and Oregon. I can't remember which one.
Oregon
Oregon
State,
State.
Washington
Yeah.
State, and
Yeah.
Gonzaga is joining.
Oh,
So yeah,
that'd be fun having Gonzaga in the conference.
so yeah. I guess I'll switch to baseball. But
But we're going to talk about basketball, and
we are going to talk about
I
basketball.
was looking for my Aztec hat, which I know is somewhere. Couldn't find it. I was looking for any kind of, basketball hat. I couldn't find my Lakers hat. So yeah, I'll give my Dodgers hat today.
Yeah. So let's get to it. It's madness time, and
Mhm.
for me, Sunday was just a big punch in the gut. And we'll get to the women in just a little bit, but we're going to start off with the men's team.
Mhm.
Like the Aztecs made a good run to the Mountain West Championship. The night, I think they had to start at 9 p.m. on Friday night.
Mhm.
Didn't finish till after midnight,
Right.
and then had to turn around and play the next day.
Rough.
Not quite fair, but it is what it is. They had to win. I think they're a pretty good team, but I also got to say this, Daniel, over the history of the Mountain West, no team besides SDSU has really done anything.
Hmm. Yeah,
So the
that is nice.
conference doesn't have a winning track record
Mhm.
in the tournament. So that's it.
Wow.
Now, let's get to the brackets. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, what everyone's waiting for. We'll see. How many brackets did you do, Daniel?
I did one. So full
Oh,
disclosure, you might not know this. Maybe you do. I don't watch college basketball at all. At all.
I, I didn't know at all, but I don't
I
watch anything outside of San Diego State, really.
I do watch women's, and because Juju Watkins of USC is hurt this
Mhm.
past season, I haven't even watched USC college basketball. But I really got into that the season prior because she's just amazing. But when I think it was an ACL if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's like late last year's season. So I haven't really watched any basketball
Yeah.
whatsoever.
So yeah, I've only seen the teams that SDSU has played,
Hmm.
and so it's probably going to be look at my brackets. But I always do. Well, not always. I used to do this with the newspaper, right? But ever
Hmm.
since it went online and you can do as many as you want, I always do 4 brackets.
Okay.
Okay. First one, straight chalk.
Yeah.
Okay. The question is, do you know what that means? Chalk.
No, but does that mean all number one winners? Yeah.
Yes, it
I,
means you just go with the. This is like how Obama does his bracket
yeah.
every year. No disrespect, Mr. President. If you're watching, I
Sure, he's a
apologize, but
subscriber.
sorry. You
Yeah.
probably have 4 number 1s in your final four. Um,
I did that
so
one
I
year.
I do that very safe, no upsets, and then I do my next one is called the chaos bracket, right? Where I might not have a 16 beat a 1, but I have a lot of chaos going on,
Hmm.
right? And then I take it and I do a real one.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of think of how I want to do it, play around and do it. And then I always do a homer one. But
Hmm.
this year,
You can't do a homer one.
I couldn't. I mean, I did one anyway, and I have Utah State winning the championship
That's a fun bracket. Yeah.
as the only Mountain West conference. And, I'll have a couple other teams going a little bit further
Yeah.
from maybe, the West Coast Conference or something like
Mhm.
that in that homer bracket. If they played San Diego State like Arizona, Michigan, I might have them going further. A buddy of mine, Dr. Damon Smith, his daughter goes to Tennessee, so
Yeah.
I had them kind of going a little bit further. Um, but
Got
that's it.
got
And let's break it down.
the serious. You're gonna break it down by the serious one. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, no, the other three are they're out. I mean,
Okay.
here's what I got. Do you have in front of you like your biggest upset?
And I don't have too many big ones. I think maybe my biggest one is a 7 in the first round. Let me double
Seven's
check.
not an upset in the first
Yeah,
round.
no, it is. They played two.
Not in the first round. A seven
Oh,
plays a 10
sorry,
in
I
the
was
first
around.
round.
Gosh darn it, I was on the wrong one.
Live, folks. This is
No, yeah,
live.
it is live, and I was too far over. I don't know if I have any upsets in the
Okay.
men's.
Well, let me tell you something,
Zero.
Daniel.
No,
As
one.
as
A 10
someone,
over a 7.
as someone doing this, been doing this for a long time, I noticed something way before anyone else did.
I bet.
Almost every year, a 12 beats a five.
Yeah.
Almost every year, a 12 beats a five. And
Hmm.
so it's gotten in my head, my almost my entire adult life, that I have to pick at least one 12. And
Hmm.
normally I pick all I pick all the 12s.
Just to try and get them.
Yeah, just so I can say I picked that one, I picked that one.
All
But
right. Who'd you
normally
pick?
on average I pick two 12s to win a game. This year I got McNeese over Vandy,
Okay.
and I got
Gotcha.
Akron over Texas Tech.
Oh, I like that one, but I think I have Texas Tech going pretty far.
Yeah, so if unfortunately the games will have been played by the time this gets released,
Yeah.
but if you were sitting in my room or listening across the hallway here, put all your money on Northern Iowa and High Point, because those are the other 12 seeds, and my 12 seeds will probably lose, and those 12 seeds win. But my biggest upset, Daniel, I have a 14 seed winning in the first round.
All right. Who is that? Is that Penn over
I have
Illinois?
Wright State.
Okay. Got
Virginia, I'm sure Virginia is a great team, but they're the only number one seed to lose to a 16 seed, as far as I know. University of Maryland, Baltimore County
Yeah.
beat them a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't think Virginia's ever done much, but mark my words, they'll probably win the national championship
I
now
was
that
like, haven't they won the championship?
I don't know. Maybe I don't care enough to know if Virginia's won. But all I'll remember about them is that they lost as a
Yeah.
one seed.
Okay.
So yeah. And then let's cut to the chase. I mean, who do you have in your final four?
Final four. I'm swiping over now, make sure I'm on the right round. So I have only one number one in the final four, and that's Duke. And then I have
I,
Illinois, number three, and then facing each other. And then I have Gonzaga and Kentucky. So another number three. And then I have Kentucky, number 7, going pretty far. How about
so
you?
who's your final?
It's going to be Gonzaga against Illinois. Duke gets knocked out.
And who
And
wins?
I have Gonzaga. I'm just like, I
Wow.
every year I want to
Wow.
do one with Gonzaga. I haven't done multiple tournaments. I don't know why that is. I think it's in the state of Washington. I've never
Yes,
followed
Spokane,
Gonzaga
Washington.
whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have absolutely nothing in common.
I bet.
Mine, I have two number one seeds, a 2 seed and a 3 seed in the
Okay.
final.
All right.
So I got
Yeah.
Arizona facing off against Michigan,
Hmm.
and pretty much the reason for that is both of those teams beat San Diego State this year.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
must be very,
They
very
must
good.
be very good.
They must be good. And I got Houston versus Michigan State on the other side.
Okay.
Final, I have Houston beating Arizona in the final. So
Wow. That'd be exciting.
we'll see. And to be honest, I don't know much, right? But
Yeah.
I've seen Michigan, I've seen Arizona, and then Tom Izzo's Michigan State is always tough. And Houston's been a really good program for many years.
They have.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the right players. I don't know if there's injuries. I don't know anything. That's what I'm going with.
Great.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, something else happens almost every year, Daniel, is what we call a Cinderella story,
Hmm.
right? And maybe your seventh seed, you had a seventh seed going to the final four?
And the final four. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, maybe that's a Cinderella. I'm not sure, but
And it's
um,
Kentucky. I know they've been
yeah,
competitive in years past. However, they're 7 seeds, so they might not be that great this year.
yeah, they're probably like 10th place in their conference or something, but they play
Yeah,
in a
they
big
get the
conference.
bid. They're
But
not
yeah,
bitter,
no,
but
I
it is.
actually have three different Cinderella stories.
You do.
Yeah, I got Troy,
Mm-hmm.
who beat San Diego State in triple overtime.
Okay. Wow.
I got them as a 13 seed. I got them going to the Sweet 16,
Mm-hmm. Great.
right? I got Akron, as you know, they're going to beat, I got them moving on the first round. I got them going to the Sweet 16, and I got Santa Clara going to the
Nice.
Sweet 16.
Yeah.
That's a 13 seed, a 12 seed, and a 10 seed.
That's a lot of action in there.
Yeah, who knows? You
Who
know,
knows?
will it happen? Probably not. Probably not.
But it's fun to do it.
It's fun. Did you have any number one seeds like knocked out in the second round?
I think so. Yeah. No, I think,
Really?
well, maybe not the second, but I think probably in the Sweet 16 is where I had it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I got all the top seeds going to Elite Eight. It usually doesn't happen, but
Hmm.
um, there's a little bit of chalk, there's a little bit of chaos. That's what I'm looking for. Is a
Yeah.
blending of the chalk and chaos brackets. You get my real bracket, which has some crazy stuff, some major upsets, and then really some kind of normal boring stuff. Well, we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Right.
Okay. And no disrespect to anybody out there, but you know, if I'm wrong and you were taking meticulous notes, go ahead and put it in the comments and say, ha 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 ha. What were you thinking?
What were
I
you
don't mind. We'll take all comments, good or bad. Done.
Has anyone, and you probably know this, but has anyone ever gotten every single pick right? Does that
I
happen?
I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
a few years ago there was a good chance of it happening, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Um, that, and especially if the tournament goes a lot to the top seeds.
Hmm.
A lot of people do this, where they just pick the top seeds all the way through. So there's
Yeah.
going to be many, but there always one bracket buster, a
Right.
Cinderella story, if you will. And then there's sometimes where it just goes crazy, and you
Hmm.
get San Diego State playing Florida Atlantic in the semifinal.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
wild.
that happened, if you can believe it,
I remember.
and went on to lose in the final to Connecticut, and that's it.
That was
So
heartbreaking, by the way.
yeah, I mean it's amazing because you don't get that chance very often, right?
No.
Everyone thinks they have a chance going in, but yeah,
Right.
I'm sorry to a few of these teams that you don't have a chance.
No.
It's not going to happen. So my Wright State big upset, they might get that one win, but that's
Yeah.
probably not going to happen. All right,
Well,
so
speaking of like no
yeah.
chance, I feel like transition to the women's bracket. I have kind of like normal. I have a couple upsets, but kind of like normal through it.
So let's get to the women's bracket. My San Diego State Aztecs were 25-5, 17-1 in the conference.
Hmm.
They did lose to 31-1 UCLA.
Hmm.
Oh, that must have really hurt them. They lost to a 29-10 Santa Clara team, who didn't make the bracket either.
Right.
But they didn't win their conference tournament, so they're not going. And
Nope.
a quick note on the men: the men have opted out of any postseason tournaments. The women will be going to the WBIT. I haven't even looked at who they're playing, but a major disappointment. 25-5, and can't sniff the tournament.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just the life in the Mountain West. So,
So then,
uh,
did you have UCSD going all the way?
no, no. But I will tell you this. In my experience, there was a year where I was in like the top 0.5 or 0.4% in the
Hmm.
women's bracket, because the women's game mostly is chalk. It
Yeah.
really is, right? And that's why, um, you know, the major players are almost always going to be there,
Yeah, and
and
dominate. Yeah.
there's not a lot of upsets. But that year, I went crazy, and I had San Diego State going to the Sweet 16, and they did, and I
Yeah.
had the rest of the field pretty much the chalk, and it's
Yeah.
just like I'm in it, man.
Yeah. That's
Like
great.
I came that close to winning that sucker, and I lost it.
Dang.
So, but this year, I'm going to stick with a couple old faithfuls, and I'm really going to shake it up with one Cinderella story.
All right. Well,
So, who do you?
where do you want to start? The Faithfuls or the
No,
Cinderella?
let's just start with your final four.
My
I want
final
to hear
four.
who you have. That way, I could say I have the exact opposite.
Okay. Because it's probably the case. So I did like my homer pick, and for those of you who know, I'm a USC fan. Funny enough, I never
Mhm.
went to USC. a USC sports fan. Our
Yeah,
dad was a USC sports fan, mostly football, but he also would follow other programs too, like men's and women's basketball.
yeah.
But I have USC number 9 seed going to the Final Four, facing
So
off.
do I.
Do you? Oh my God, we have something in common. That's so funny. And then I facing UConn.
Mhm.
And then I have Duke versus Louisville. I do have two number threes again in my final, but I have
Uh,
UConn over Duke in the final.
okay, we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I watched a women's basketball game was USC. It's Cheryl Miller,
Yeah,
and Dad saying you have to watch this young lady play, and she's just dominating, man. Cheryl Miller was
completely,
unbelievable.
completely. Well, I always loved when Dad would talk about Reggie Miller.
Yeah,
They know, well, at least Cheryl went to the good school. Reggie went to UCLA, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure he said on a few occasions he's pretty good, but his sister is better.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and could be true. I don't know, but
Huh.
Reggie Miller, pretty darn good ball player.
Yes.
Um, anyway, so my Final Four has UConn versus
Nice.
USC.
All right, so
Yeah,
we have half of ours is identical. Wow.
yeah. And on the other side, I have two number two seeds going. I have LSU and Michigan.
Yeah, no,
And
I like the LSU pick. Yeah.
LSU, UConn, and recent years South Carolina.
Yeah.
It used to be Tennessee, honestly, with Pat Summitt. I mean,
Yeah.
those were just programs you just couldn't beat. Baylor was really good for a while there.
Mhm.
Really exciting teams, but I have not done enough homework this year.
Mhm.
That's something that's happened to me as I gotten older is that I don't watch a lot of Sports Center. I don't watch a lot of different things. I
Mhm.
just watch what I'm, my team. That's it.
Yeah.
You but LSU is a great program. I have them going against UConn in the
Mhm.
final. I got UConn winning because UConn seems to always win.
Yeah. They're so
Well, at least
dumb.
they have most of my adult life. I mean, they've pretty much dominated, along with Notre Dame in there. Like I said, South Carolina, Baylor, LSU, Tennessee. These programs have all been pretty good. UCLA is looking pretty good, but
Yeah.
I don't have them going. So
Yeah. No, I have UCLA losing to Duke. I have Duke over LSU and then Duke beating UCLA.
yeah, and then I don't think USC is going to make it that far,
I
but
doubt it.
I went with one kind of homer pick, one Southern California pick, and then the rest was can I see a 2 seed beat a 1 seed basically,
Right.
and went with it. So that's it. It's fun to do, guys. And
Yeah.
how long did it take you to make your picks, Daniel?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to do my first two brackets, because
Yeah.
it's chalk and chaos, go through it. And then I tried to think about it, but overthinking never works for me. I've never
Same.
won the whole thing. I may have won a couple bucks here and there,
Mhm.
but I've been doing this since 1988
Wow.
with the newspaper. And originally, what I used to do was just one game at a time.
Mhm.
And then so I'd have to update it. Then I would pick each one. And then that wasn't too bad because,
Yeah, you know who won.
yeah, no, you don't have someone you got going to the final four losing in the first round and just
Right.
screw the rest of the bracket. And that's definitely happened before.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you, I think Florida won the national championship as a 5 seed one year.
Yeah.
And of course, I had them out in the first round because they were a 5 seed.
Yep.
Um, But anyway, this week, guys, you may have noticed this by the time you watch this that a lot of your coworkers haven't been really doing a lot of work. Maybe some people have fallen ill or taken long lunch breaks. Maybe it looks like they're working on their computer, but they tend to shout, "Oh!" Yeah, they're watching basketball. They're
They're
watching basketball.
watching the tournament.
Yeah. So these first few games of the tournament, we're talking games from like 9 in the morning till midnight.
Wow.
It'll go and it's exciting time. So, anything else out there for us, Daniel?
No, I don't think so. Other than really great win last night of US over Dominican Republic. We did not mention that when you were talking about your Canada.
I did not mention. I did say that. I think I said the
You
final
said
will
we're
be
gonna face
USA.
Italy or Venezuela, yeah.
Yeah.
But man,
So,
Dominican Republic held to one run. One run.
Yeah, and then a lot of people are really upset about the last strike call, but there were
He
calls
was
on both
calling that
sides.
all night. Yeah, he was calling the low ones all night. I agreed. I was like, oh man, it's out of the strike zone. You hate to end a game like that, but at the
Yeah,
same time, he's been calling that.
yeah. What can you do? Anyway, uh, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.